Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Forever World. In this episode, we are going to be continuing the mining base here. Tons of plans for this episode. We're going to be tackling the bottom layer of the mine in this episode. There's tons of building that goes on down here, and I'm very excited to get to it. I have not gathered any resources for it. I haven't done anything other than come up with a plan, and a lot of this has to get cut away, and there's too many curves here. I need something just straight. Those are like leftover resources from the last build. Just things that I thought might be useful. I'm gonna have to get rid of that lava. I need to get rid of all this water. Okay, I can land right here and it'll be nice and safe. All right, no more lava, so that won't be a concern anymore for us. That'll eventually go down. Get rid of this water real quick. No more jumping down here. That was a lot of fun before. I'm not gonna lie. Did I do that first try? Oh, that's sick. I got a couple cool things that I'm gonna be adding into this area here. We're gonna be expanding this cave entrance and adding something inside. I'll keep that a little bit of a surprise. And then, we'll also have probably some setup areas for our cranes to come down. And maybe some type of machinery, and I don't know, but just a bunch of stuff. We'll figure out as we go. But first things first, I need to go get some wood. Wood is definitely something I need. All right, well, before we can jump into anything cool, I need to literally get all of the shulker boxes and materials and all that fun stuff sorted out before I can even tackle this build. There's definitely a lot of materials needed. Closing off this area a bit, bringing it up a little more, and yeah, kind of closing this off. So I'm gonna need a lot of stone for that, which I might actually just be able to get from here itself, right? Because there's so much stone here. Probably just need to transfer the beacon over. Before we can even start touching this area, I need to seriously get all my shulkers together and probably bring them down to this home base, right? So let's go do that. I can honestly say that I was expecting there to be a lot more shulker boxes. These were the ones that were already here, and I basically just added these 5 here. To be fair, I do have 3 empty ones because this area is going to get terraformed. So it'll probably end up being another 3 shulker boxes full once I'm done ripping up this area. And that being said, I need to go grab my beacon because there's no way I'm doing this without a beacon. You got me messed up. You think I'm doing it without the beacon these days? I think grabbing all those supplies and putting them all into the shulkers probably took me around almost 2 hours, I think, just because I had to craft everything and yeah, you know the gist of it. Let's get this destroyed and moved over to... Now that I got the beacon up and running, I gotta start mining away all the unnecessary blocks in this area and start building up the ones that are necessary. Okay, so everything has been cut out. That area, boom. Big, jarring, sharp wall, but that's okay. This area, nice and flat. There's this line. This is intentionally designed, so don't worry too much about that. I haven't done what I wanted to do over here just yet. I thought it'd be cooler to do it all in one quick segment, like in our time lapses. So I'm not gonna fool around with that just yet. The first things first, though, I would like to add this platform that I designed here, and this gap here is for a future later on building. I just thought I'd clear space and make this platform here make sense a little bit more. If I had more time in this episode, or if I had more time to record this episode, I definitely would have expanded it upwards over here. It would have been nice if I could have had this idea last week, but I didn't. This area over here is going to get expanded upon and connect to our mine as well. So there's a lot going on here. There's lots of ideas that I want to get done in this area. I just haven't had the opportunity to do that yet. I don't have enough time each week. But in this week's episode, we are going to complete quite a bit, and this place will slowly start to come together. This is definitely a project that's going to take a few episodes, like I mentioned before in the last episode. Can I make this jump? Cool. So we're going to start up here, and we're going to go on our way down. I think that's the idea that I should run with. Shouldn't be too hard. It's honestly just like another crane, and I actually might also change this crane up later on, make it a little longer. So yeah, I'll go get some blocks, install this here, and yeah. And just like that, we have another crane installed with this nice platform. Get a little bit of a side angle here for you. Supported by these logs, some fences, and a future drop going down to the bottom. There's tons that I still would like to eventually do with our top area. Like that entire path I did last episode is very like rough and not final. It was kind of just like a little get this down and have a shape of the idea that I want to do for that path, right? And this is kind of that exact scenario here. With the accompanying village that will come with this area one day. I needed to like get one of these like supply areas up and running so that like in theory that the mine could be able to get the resources up to this platform, bring them over to this town from this side. This area most likely will be like a small little village that the miners live in, and it might actually continue across over to that side. But for now, we're done up top, and we need to head below and get up on the next project. The next thing I would like to add is the staircase kind of thing going here, as well as another like storagey area kind of thing that we have like our crates, and this line that I have here will be a future conveyor belt. It doesn't actually work, of course, but it's just kind of there for some like world building. Add something creative to the build, you know? Because when I was down here thinking of things to build, I was like, what can I add? And honestly, a conveyor belt kind of made a little bit of sense. There's probably going to be, there's a lift over on this section, our staircase over here with a little bit of storage. So we'll get to that now. All right, so I got the stairs installed. Also, it's a little bit of a storage area for the miners. What do you guys think? I think it looks pretty sick. Also, over here, we have a little bit of a conveyor belt. If only it could actually work. But this would be up and down for like supplies or stone that they need to bring up to that level. So we'll come upstairs here. bunch of cool like little texturing bits, barrels, stairs, not stairs, planks. You know, just I threw everything at it and hoped it sticked, and honestly, it kind of worked. This, however, this is pretty cool. This is like the gravel conveyor belt or something. I don't know. Basically, it'll put materials on, and it'll come over here, and it'll get grinded up for whatever reason. We got some carts here. We got our baskets that the crane will come and pick up. Yeah, this is basically this little area here. Wasn't sure what else I could add, honestly. I think I put enough in this area to make it feel alive and not completely useless. Going on to our next area, I'm thinking we get this landing zone all patched up, put in, and as well as we'll slowly make our way over to here. There is a surprise behind this wall. There's like a geode. So I would also like to add a way to get up into the geode and mine out a little entrance that's over there. This weekend, I was able to go watch Star Wars Revenge of the Sith in theaters for the first time ever in my life. Because, you know, that came out when I was young and I wasn't really a Star Wars, or not that I wasn't a Star Wars fan, but, you know, I wasn't old enough to be like, hey, mom and dad, take me to the theaters. But I was able to go watch that movie in theaters for the very first time this weekend, and it was, it's one of my favorite Star Wars movies, like, of all time. I'm a prequel kid. I grew up with the prequels, so like, what can you expect? But being able to like see those scenes on the big screen compared to like, you know, I've seen them at home like a million times, but yes, being able to see those on the big screen was like a crazy like full circle kind of moment. Like, I'm so grateful that they were able to like re-release it. Yeah, I know it's like basically a money grab for them, but it gave me and like a lot of other people who have not seen those movies or that movie in theater a chance to do it. And hey, I'm one for, you can sell me on nostalgia a million times. I buy Call of Duty every year. Like, I am a sucker for nostalgia. I don't know if you guys watch, if you guys are fans of that movie, but every time I watch that movie, I'm just like in the back of my head, I'm like, maybe this time Anakin won't won't go to the dark side. Maybe this time it'll be different. And you know, it never is, but there's a scene that like really sticks out to me in that movie, and it's basically when Obi-Wan is confronting Padme about Anakin. He's done all these bad things, blah blah blah, and then it like cuts to him like mowing down, like, I think they're like the ambassadors or like something like that from like different planets. Like they're on Mustafar, and they're just getting destroyed by Anakin. But like the transition from like, no, Anakin's like this good guy, you must be wrong, Obi-Wan, to just Anakin obliterating an entire group of people, like, kind of goes hard. It kind of goes hard in the best way possible, I guess, for murder. Did any of you guys get the opportunity to go see Revenge of the Sith in theaters? I'm pretty sure it's probably, I think it's in there for like a week or so or something, but let me know if you guys are Star Wars fans or if you went to go see the movie and maybe you're seeing the movie for the first time. I don't know. Let me know. Something cool about this world though is like, this is what I see down here. I see the Millennium Falcon here. This is something that I hinted at in like the first episode, and so I actually saw somebody like comment recently, like, I think it's like the Rock from Cars or something, or like it looks like it. But to me, from this angle, it looks like the Millennium Falcon, and that was not intentional at all. But that's what I see when I see this. Kind of a little harder now with the I don't know. If you just look at the tree shape, this one's kind of blocking it a little bit, but I see the Millennium Falcon. Big Star Wars guy. I'm not as big of a fan in like recent years. I think the last thing I watched was Indoor, something like that. And that's an excellent Star Wars show on probably on Disney, but yeah, but for the most part, I've been kind of disappointed with Star Wars, you know, in the last few years, especially like the movies, other than like Rogue One, which honestly isn't recent anymore. Yeah, I don't know. I hope they can turn that series around. Same with Marvel. Like, I've kind of been like out of the loop for Marvel in the past few years as well. Like, I've been trying to like keep up with it a little bit here and there, but the last one I watched was like Deadpool, and You know, it was cool, I guess. I didn't love it, but yeah, they haven't really had like a really good movie in a little while. The last movie that I liked, I guess, probably would have been like Mom, Doctor Strange. That's Madness of whatever something. If you guys aren't familiar with the acronym, those series, like I wish they were able to just keep going strong. But I understand it's hard. Like even like, hey, I'm doing a little Minecraft series, and every week it comes a little harder. It's like, what do I do next? And I'm sure on a big scale like that they have so many characters they can pull from, and it's probably very challenging to like. Hopefully, we're choosing the right ones. Hopefully, we take the right decisions, and then all the politics that go into that as well. I don't know. I just want some good movies. I feel like they're on it. Like, obviously, there's been good movies in the past few years, but there hasn't really been any that like really stick out to me at least. Like, I haven't seen a movie trailer in the past few years and it was like, whoa, I must watch that. Like I need to go to the theater day one kind of energy. Usually it's like, oh yeah, I'll definitely check that out on if it comes to Netflix or whatever, those sites that people use to watch movies for free, I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about. But yeah, like honestly, I haven't even that was the first movie I've watched in 2025. Like I have not touched a movie in a minute. Like the last movie other than that, and what was it? It was in 2024. It might have been Deadpool. Yeah, it actually might have been Deadpool. I think that was the last one I watched in theaters. I don't know. I really just don't be watching stuff anymore. I honestly just watch YouTube at this point. Like, I don't know. Don't get me wrong. I miss watching like movies in YouTube, but YouTube just has my heart. Like it always has a video for me to watch. There's always something. What's this random? It's 1 a.m. and what is this random dinosaur video that popped up in my recommended? Hell yeah, I'm watching that. Like, like there's just so many different content options that YouTube provides me. How does a tractor work? I don't know. Let's find out, just like random stuff. Anyways, enough of my rambling. I think it's time to get this area filled out and our little geode entrance. Let's get into it. So we got our little prep staging area here. I got these little storage rooms, if you will. Come access some chests, put your gear away if you need to after your hard day of work. Maybe it's like a locker. I don't know what it is. It's supply depot, something. We got some carts similar to the designs that I have over by all my farms, but instead I put some cauldrons, which I honestly forgot that they were going to fill up with water. So, oh well. I guess that would normally happen if you left something open in the rain, right? Anyways, yeah. Over here is what is it called? It's escaping my mind right now. The Geode. Perfect place for a Geode, honestly. So if I ever need some of these crystals, I can come here, grab them up. Got a nice little ladder design, little watchtower vibe as well. And I think this is the next chunk that I need to. This is the next chunk of the next big part of the build. So basically, I'm going to open up this cave entrance. I'm going to bring up the walls on the back side of this, and then I'm going to put a machine in here. Unfortunately, you won't be able to see most of the machine. I'm gonna be real with you. You won't be able to see most of it because it fills up this entire area. But basically, it's kind of like a big drill car looking thing. And the idea is that it's carving out this cave here. I really do need to start getting rid of this lava. Unfortunately, it is like my only like light source over here, so maybe I should just light it up for now. There we go. And next we'll get the machine. I'm not sure if I want to put the machine in for. I think I'll do the machine after I do all of the stonework, because there's quite a bit of it, and I'm not gonna lie, it's gonna take me a little while. Thankfully, I probably have more than enough stone to do it. So let's get going on that. I know I've been just jumping around into time lapse after time lapse, but I haven't really. I don't know what else to like really like go in depth about. It's kind of like a very straightforward area over here. Don't get me wrong, like this stuff took a long time to come up with, like a lot longer than it is taking for you guys to see. So I'm hoping that this episode isn't too short, but we'll find out during the editing. But yeah, I have found that my episodes have been a lot of time lapses, and I'm interested to hear what you guys have to say about that. Like, do you guys like seeing all the time lapses for like everything I do for the most part? Like, I know there's some builds that I don't always time lapse or I forget to, but for me, I enjoy the time lapses. Like, whenever they're in a video, I enjoy them. So, but maybe that's why I go like a little crazy on them sometimes. I just feel like that's a better representation of showing what I'm building compared to like a first person point of view. Plus, I can get the build done fast compared to like showing like few blocks here and there, and then the next segment and a few blocks, and then the next segment a few blocks. I just feel like it's more entertaining for me. I get to add some music to the videos. I've kind of like also used a little bit less music in the most recent videos of mine. I feel like that's probably a little bit better to have less background sound, and saving it for those high cinematic moments for the builds. So let me guys know what you guys think about that. I'd be very interested to hear your opinions on the matter. And yeah, let's get into this next time lapse. This has to be one of the coolest parts of the build, I'm not gonna lie. So I don't really know how to describe it, but it's like a mining machine, right? It has like these like almost like tank treads, I think that's what it's called. On the bottom half here, and then on this side is like the drill bit. Which nobody's ever gonna see it because it's inside the cave, but this is the angle. It's coming to mine this area out. You can pretend that they didn't go down here just yet, but I wonder if it would actually be smart to like knock out these torches down here. I have these campfires here to like represent. Oh, I'm trapped. I have the campfires here to like represent that the machine is like currently like drilling, and then there's like it's causing like a bunch of smoke to like come out. Kind of that's kind of the vibe I went with there, but I feel like I might have to go even further and destroy a torch or the glow lichen at least. But yeah, on the inside we have some basic reds, like a simple clock that like activates this in like a sequence that goes from the start all the way to the back. I don't know what that's necessarily supposed to mean, but I thought it'd be a cool instead of like just static light. And then obviously like this side, even this side, it's like fully detailed, and oh my god, it was a lot of like observers. We got this little bit on the back here as well for, I don't know, the smoke to come out, the exhaust. It's a pretty small exhaust for a massive machine, but I didn't want to make it any bigger just because I feel like it would have just took away from it, and I don't know. But it's yeah, I think this is pretty sick. Like I would love to try to I wanted to try to add something down here. I was like, because I kind of had this stuff already, and I was like, oh my god, I need like something. What's the big display item here? And honestly, this is like the second big display item. I was like, you need something to look at while you're down here, or else it's just a bunch of shacks. And like, who honestly cares if it's just a bunch of shacks? Dude, these bats have been annoying me. I wish bats in Minecraft actually did something. If they do something and I'm mistaken, let me know, but I'm pretty sure they're useless. But yeah, pretty cool. Like a tank almost. But it's yeah. Used for mining out big cave entrances and stuff like that. How did it get down here? They constructed it down here. They brought all the materials down and they built it down here because there's no way that it's fitting through here and getting up there. That's the lore behind that, I guess. And this thing will continue to mine out deep caves. It probably never have to be parked over here ever again unless things change in the mining operations future plans, but this thing just stays kaput right there. This thing actually took me a minute to design too. It was like probably like 2 hours to like come up with the whole design, and it was actually kind of cool. Like in my creative mode, actually, let's just go there for a second. So in my creative testing world, this is where I built it. Just up in the sky here. And then I just copied and pasted it and threw it downstairs, basically. But yeah, this is where I came up with it. This is the redstone inside. Very ugly redstone. I there probably could have been a better way of doing it, but this is the what I came up with. I'm not the best redstone guy in the world, but hey, needed something animated in the world, and this was the one way I figured out how to do it. But like that's been like a massive trend like I've seen on YouTube in like the last few weeks, maybe month or two. A lot of people are trying to figure out how to like animate builds. So like people are making fans that like move and waterfalls that have really cool particles, which I don't know. But I don't know if I ever plan on doing a waterfall, but I would love to try to like do one of those animated ones. Although they do look extremely laggy and annoying to build. Like I watched like a Grian video the other day and he added one to the Hermitcraft server. And bro was like working with, I don't know, like let's just say like 100 pack snow blocks to like get this effect going, and that just looked extremely laggy. Plus getting all the dispensers, so oh my gosh. That's kind of the annoying thing with like Minecraft worlds, or even actually it's a consequence of a forever world is over time your worlds are gonna get extremely laggy, and there's honestly not much you can do about it. Something kind of exciting that kind of popped up today. So it's currently, what is it? It's Tuesday, and tomorrow will be Wednesday. That's pretty cool, right? Anyways, I'm invited to go to like this esports party that's being thrown in Toronto. By the time you guys watch this, it will already have happened. Apparently, it's like the Toronto Raptors have like a 2K team, like a competitive 2K team. Lucky me, I get to go check it out. The school I go to basically has connections to a company. I forget what they're called, what the company's called here, but in Toronto. But they own like the Toronto Ultra esports team and probably some other esports teams. So like the Toronto Raptors team is like moving into their training facility, and like we're going to like this Red Bull this Red Bull offices to like watch, like I think there's a 2K tournament going on or something. So we're going there to watch that, hang out, meet some people. That's gonna be cool. If anything, fun comes out of that, I'll be sure to tell you guys in next week's episode if any like fun stories happen. If not, it'll probably just be a bunch of gamers hanging out eating good food. Back to what I was talking about before, how I needed like, I don't know if I really clarified the thought, but I needed like a centerpiece. So this was like one of them. And then I was like, no. I need something out here because this is very tucked away. It's very limiting. Because like, let's go up here for example. This is kind of a good example of this. Like down here looks so bland and plain, and you're like, yeah, I mean, I guess like, yeah, I'm cool, Nathan. Like, look, you put a couple like buildings in there and pick up spots for your crane, but there isn't really anything like super like cool going on. And honestly, it looks kind of bland, bro. Like that's what I was thinking the entire time when I was coming up with ideas for this build. And don't get me wrong, like I still think I could have done a lot more, but limited time calls for limited ideas. Not that I necessarily had a like super limited time. Like I definitely had a decent amount of time to come up with ideas, but I also hit a point when I hit a point basically where I was like, I don't know what to add down here. I'm looking around. I'm like, I don't know what to do. But luckily, a lot of the ideas just started to slowly flood in. But basically, we're gonna fill out this area because we need a way to get up. Originally, I was gonna do like an elevator, which I still can in the future do one. But I kind of wanted something, to pop out right now because if I were to do an elevator, it probably could have taken this spot here. But I think it would have been a lot smaller than the staircase that I'm gonna have here. And you know what? The staircase honestly turned out to be a really cool idea. I got to implement, although it's like the same like as this, I got to like put it like 10 stories up, right? And I got to change the design a few times. So it does look unique from down below and inside. So it's not like if you were to walk up and down the damn thing, it's not like necessarily the same experience floor to floor, other than I guess the stairs. So we're gonna get started on that. Enough of me rambling about whatever the heck I'm talking about. Let's get this next part in, as well as we need a way because it's gonna be up here. So we need a way down here. So there's gonna be a walkway that comes on here and wraps all the way around, and it meets us. Oh, it meets us over here in this little cubby. Don't get me wrong, all of it needs structural support beams and whatever else to make sure it looks structurally sound in the world. Even though this is Minecraft and there is no physics, I like to pretend there is. Oh, I don't know if I talked about this yet, but like this conveyor belt, before I get to the build, this conveyor belt, like every time it turns nighttime, right? Let's just do this for example. Change all these to like daytime sensors. They all just do this and they lose the effect, but like I kind of like it. I mean, I'm not going to be down here that much in the nighttime because it is still dangerous, but there is a lot. This just added a lot to the conveyor belt, and I needed these here. I just wanted to appreciate the conveyor belt, honestly. I don't know if I did in the last one of the clips I showed it, but I'm appreciating it now. I think this design looks pretty sick. Especially with the little buckets with the gravel in it. I don't know. It looks sick. Let's get the stairs in. Let's get the walkways in. Let's, yeah. I think that's the last build of the episode, honestly, other than like subscriber town. So, oh yeah, we've made some good progress today. So let's get into another time lapse. Let's check this out, and we'll go from there. And just like that, everything in this video is complete. Everything that I've been able to work on, at least. All the details are in. For this lower level, I definitely intend on building more down here. I don't know if I'm going to take a break or continue it next week. I'll have to decide on that. Let me know down in the comments what you guys would prefer. I actually would like to do an episode dedicated to Subscriber Town, because there's so many good like ideas down there, and I feel like it'd be a good idea to like try to run through as many as I can and just dedicate a video to like building that place up a little bit more. That's just an idea. This area definitely feels like a project that will never end. Oh, I actually didn't really like walk you guys through this area. We can start at the top actually. So this will be a future platform. I don't know if this area here will, it'll probably connect over here, right? But this will be like a walkway over here. Probably connects to like this future storage area, and then, you know, the future village that will populate over here in the coming episodes in the future. You guys can kind of get the picture that, you know, every little bit and every little detail down here is a little bit different. Yeah, you know, there's some similarities, but I tried my best to make sure that every like opening here, like every little window is a little different on each side for the most part. The back side, you know, it kind of stayed the same because there wasn't many options to go with that, and it wouldn't really be worth it to make them unique because it's just a wall on the other side. But yeah, like the first like level and a half is like the exact same copy as that. Then we got our walkways here. We'll run all the way across. Connects down into here, wraps all the way around to our landing bay here. I also extended this crane out a little bit because I thought it needed to, you know, to at least get closer to not hitting this wall in theory. But yeah, this is the area down here right now, and I'm thinking it looks pretty sweet. I'm gonna have to make sure I block out that beacon for when I go to do a thumbnail down here. But yeah, this is I definitely think there could be a lot more like little details, like, you know, maybe like build a little crafting area down here. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like this area definitely needs a lot more like details and life brought to it. Maybe light up some of the areas up there, place some blocks so things don't spawn, especially with like the fog that comes down and like occupies this pit. Like, I think it looks so cool down here. It's just like, it kind of looks like there's like a bunch of like stone dust in the air and you're just walking out and it's just like there's particles everywhere almost. I think that looks pretty cool. I do have a few more ideas and like things that I would like to do. I would like to continue like, you know, like the gradients that I had or the texturing that I had. I would love to bring it down here a little bit, especially along this wall here. I think they would really pop and look really nice there. I don't have time to do it in this episode. It would take a really long time. And I kind of need to get this episode done today. And honestly, if I'm lucky, I would like to try to edit it tonight as well. I probably have like at least 3 more hours that I can at least record for. So that gives me plenty of time to go and pick our subscriber build and figure out what I'm going to do for that. Something else I would like to consider is some future projects for the world. As we approach May and June, I definitely would like to start on my volcano. I would love to get that live stream going for you guys and test that out and see if I like streaming or not. Because I think it'd be a lot of fun if I could get into that as well. Just another way to like expand my channel and, you know, go from there. I've also been like kind of like pondering the idea of like, when will I be done my jungle base? You know, like how much longer do I want to work on the jungle base? And when do I want to start the next one as well? That's an idea I've been just playing with in my head a little bit here and there. There was an idea that I had of building like a Viking village one day. And I was going to do it by, there's a really beautiful spruce biome over there. Like, it just, yeah, I think we were there in like episode 2 or 1 or 2, one of those episodes. Yeah, I wanted to go back. I wanted to go do that one day. That's definitely a very far away future idea right now. For now, we just got to focus on building more jungle stuff. And not sure how much more or how much further I want to go in this jungle. I think, obviously, I have to do something with the main jungle here. I still have to figure out all the terrain for the river. Definitely gonna turn it all to mud one day. I feel like that stuff just looks so good when it's all mud. I've been seeing a lot of people do that in their own worlds as well. I like that idea, as well as expanding it a little bit in certain areas, like by the tree, bringing our rock formations along here, you know, and we'll have the volcano on this side. On top of the village, or on top of our mountain here, I'd like to build something as well. Maybe another village on the back end. I don't know if you guys have ever like necessarily seen the backside here. There's another sparse jungle on the left side here of the mountain, which definitely would be cool to populate and just expand. You know, this could be another village. I don't really necessarily want to do too much on this side because it does lean into savanna over there. You never know. I could actually do something on this side here. This is a pretty cool mountain. And then over here is just completely unknown territory. I don't know if I'd want to go too far because there's the desert that I've been decimating every once in a while. Not too much damage, but you know, you can see I've been here. I've left my mark a little bit. I don't want my base to be a small area, you know. I wanna come over here and do some cool stuff. You know, I want to be able to put something over here, and then we got to also connect it to Subscriber Town one day as well, which is just on the other side of this forest. So there's tons of potential still here in this jungle, and there's going to be a lot more jungle focused content in the future. As soon as I finish my jungle base, though, we will go on to a different biome and probably do a different theme and go from there. And who are we going to get? Hey, Nathan, I love your island. I hope to see a barn with some blue sheep in there. Love your video. Drake's Sweeney, I think that's how it said. Sweeney? Yeah. Drake Sweeney. Sure, man. Let's build a barn with some blue sheep. That sounds sick. How many blue sheep do we need? Barn. Okay. I think I could get behind that. That's a I love the random builds. The random builds are my favorite. And thankfully, I mean, the whole point of the village is that it is random, so yeah, let's get to it. Let's yeah, let's run it. All right, Drake. Well, I got some of your sheep here. Oh my god. No. No. That is not ideal. I'm gonna just have to push him to the floor, I think. Maybe if I fly to the top. Oh, man, that's so annoying. I missed. I decided to do it the old-fashioned way. I needed to grab one more sheep anyways, so. Alright, come on, sheep, let's go. I love that fresh animation sprint. It's so goofy. Alright, well, I know you guys saw it already on camera for the most part in the time lapse, but here we are in person. I already had one sheep here, so that was very convenient. He was actually spawned on this island for the most part. Now I have the dyes, so I got 2 cyan, 2 light blues, and 2 blues. I kind of wanted to make it a little fair and add all of the blues I can into this build because Drake did request blue sheep. So, you know, I went with all of them. Let me just quickly go sleep and we'll take a look at this place again in the daytime. As we come down our extended path. I kind of liked this little cubby I put it in. I thought it fit really well here. Fun. Honestly, when I first like planned out this area here, I was gonna put more sheep, but honestly, I don't know. Maybe I'll come and like breed them every once in a while or something. But get some more of the blue guys. I don't know. I think this turned out pretty well. It's a blue barn, if I say so myself. I incorporated all the blue that I could. Not necessarily that the build requested blue, other than the sheep, but I thought I would incorporate it in the best way I could with my creative freedoms. Got a cute little interior here, nothing too special, but I got blue candles. I went all out on the blue. But yeah, they got a little inside area, you know, they got their outside area. They're free to roam wherever they want, but they love that corner apparently, so that's cool. You know, I worked really hard on this lawn here, and you just want to hang out in the corner. It's fine. Minecraft mobs are buggy. We get it. It's fine. Whatever. I'm not upset about it at all. Let me over the fence, please. Over the fence. Over the fence. Let me over it. Let me over. There we go. Oh, I have to use blue dye. No. Yeah. Okay. All right. Let me go get blue dye. How did I almost make that mistake? This house is getting blue dye for its sign. Okay. I got the blue dye. That could have been horrible. That could have been bad. Ah, perfect. All right. Well, Drake Sweeney, this is your house, or your I guess you could live here if you wanted to technically. This is your barn with your with your blue sheep. I don't know how many times I've said that already, but I got your build in the world now, man, and I'm hope you appreciate it. It was actually a fun one. I appreciate the random build that I could make my own and be as creative as I wanted. I really appreciate that, and it was honestly a cool idea. So yeah, I have officially run out of time for this one. I I run out of time every week, but that's completely okay. Until next time, I hope you guys enjoyed. Have a good week. I'll see you in the next one. Please leave a comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and have a good one. Catch you in the next one. See you later.